G'day everyone, Gareth here from Organic Growing Melbourne. Just a quick video today. I've taken the netting off the fruit trees. We did harvest some plums. Well, actually I harvested them all at once. We were eating a few of these, but unfortunately the nectarines, I harvested some to try and save them from brown rot. And I had them in the fridge. I washed each one individually. I had them in the fridge and they weren't going to ripen, so I had them out in the counter, and literally within 24 hours there was evidence of brown rot. And I'm going to show you how quickly this spreads. This is brown rot. Starts as a little dot. You can see there's a little bit of brownage going on there, but it starts off, I'll see if I can find one for you. It starts off as a little dot. There was two in this case, and then it just spreads out until it covers the whole nectarine. There's a little dot just there, and another one there, and the whole tree, it drops its spores and spreads it to every single, look at that one, completely covered with brown rot in it, and then it shrivels up like that. And when I harvested the nectarines about 2 days ago, there was nowhere near as much as this. So in 2 days, I reckon just about every other nectarine on this tree has been infected. You can see in here, every tree, sorry, every piece of fruit gone. It's the second year in a row. Last year, they were almost ripe and we were actually eating some, and we probably lost 80%. This year, it's 100%. The ones that I harvested didn't get time to even ripen. So another really disappointing year. My wife actually got a notification through the weather app saying that this year is going to be severe brown rot. I'm not too sure what causes it to be so bad from year to year. Possibly from all the rain we've had through the winter and stuff, I don't know. I treated this, I can't remember, it's 2 or 3 times in the winter. And then of course that transfers from my nectarines to my plums, and again we lost most of the plums as well. It only seems to affect my nectarine and plum. I don't seem to see anything on my pears. The pears all look pretty good. But what happened this year with the 2 pear trees, the apple trees, I came home from work one day and we just, for some reason this year, we're getting huge amount of cockies, and they were, you can see here, they were just coming in. They weren't eating them, they were just pecking, biting bits of apple off. You can see them all on the ground here, and not even eating them, just destroying them. They did it with my pears. They knocked the only pear off on this tree, and then they knocked off a heap of the pears here and did exactly the same thing. Just started eating, or they weren't eating, they were just biting into them and destroying them. And they were landing on the pear tree and breaking my branches as well. Never really seemed to have problems with cockies this year. I've seen them everywhere. I've seen 30 of them flying, making a hell of a noise. They land up in the big trees out the front of the yard here, which are all on the nature strip. pretty much in front of each house, and they just chew the tops of the branches off and just drop them on the ground. They're just destructive. In fact, the cockies here in Australia are renowned to literally destroy houses. They'll get into all the wood. If you've got wood windows, they'll just bite all the wood off and destroy them. But what am I going to do with my nectarine? Now I'm going to do something really drastic here. I don't know whether it's going to be the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do, but I want to get rid of all this. I want to get rid of this infection of brown rot. I'm going to start again, and when I mean by start again, I'm not going to get rid of my tree. I'm going to give it another chance. This is going to have the heaviest prune, and what I mean by that is I'll be taking 95% of this tree and getting rid of it. And I'm going to be pruning here, 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 and probably down here, maybe even a little bit lower. I'm going to take the branches, I'm going to take all the fruit, and I'm going to burn them. And then I'm going to do it to the plum. I do have another plum over here, which is nowhere near ready yet. They're really just starting to get a bit of colour into them now. These plums are a lot smaller. These are a blood plum. Excuse me. It's the ruby. I believe it's the ruby blood plum, from memory. And if this one gets infected as well, then I'll probably do the same to this as well. I'll probably take this one out though and put it somewhere else. But that is what I'm going to do. I don't know whether that's the right thing to do, but if I lose it, if it does die, or I get brown rot again, then I'll remove it. I will then spray the area around it to treat it for brown rot. And then I will replace it with a super dwarf variety. And being super dwarf, I will put 2 in. Because the plum, I'll be doing the same as well. So if the plum goes, a super dwarf gets to about 1.5 meters high, maybe 2 meters. But I doubt it would get to 2 meters. So about 1.5. You could prune it down further than that if you wanted to. So if that's the case, I'm going to replace it with super dwarf, and I might be able to get 4 fruit trees in between the orange and the cherry. But let's not hope. I really don't want it to get to that when you've spent probably it's not as old as the avocado, but I'd say that's about 9 years old, this nectarine, and we were getting beautiful fruit from it, and huge nectarines, like giant nectarines. So there's a small one here, and then there's a massive one underneath it, like softball size, some of them. There's a beauty right there. But I think that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is stop this video, and I'll start cutting this back, and I'll show you the end result. So stay tuned. There it is, guys. My nectarine tried to I had to get the big guns out for this one, and there it is. It's literally belly button height. I hope I've done the right thing here. hopefully it'll benefit it next year. I'm expecting some growth to come out of this. We're still midsummer, so I might get some growth coming out of here, and I'll keep you up to date with that. What I will do though is I'll get my pruning saw and I'll just take a little bit more off there just to give that a nice clean cut. This one, that's not too bad, that one. That one's not too bad. Actually, they'll probably be alright. That one's got a bit of a big lip on it. Or maybe I'll just get the chainsaw back onto it and go right through it. But there it is. Nectarine. Plum, you'll be next. Honestly, I'm feeling a bit nervous. But it only took 9 years to get to that. The orange tree is going to get a lot more sun now. There are benefits. Alright, we'll call that wraps, and I will see you in the next video. See you later everyone, bye.